get started.
Okay, when is the thing with the undergrads?
Let's follow the agenda.
Okay.
We'll get to it.
All right.
And maybe it's rather good that we don't have so many people because I forgot to do an opening activity.
That makes you.
Oh well, it's fine. It's fine.
That makes you the next month.
Yeah, I'll
And
do
I'm off the hook
January.
again.
Yeah, that's not a big deal.
No.
So the National Association of Graduate and Professional Students, that is set. They have our check. We are officially members. So if you want to put it on your CV that you are a member, you can.
What's their name now?
National. It's on the agenda. Did you get an agenda? They're right.
I did not pick up a name.
Okay. Well, you should grab an agenda and certainly sign it.
Okay, I will do that.
So the name is on there, and if you Google it, it's the first search result. So everyone in GSO is now a member. They do have a health insurance plan. I'm not a big fan of it. It's not that great.
Okay.
And Jenny Foss, who is the director of health services, has reviewed it, and she's not really a fan. Like the deductible is very high.
Okay.
It doesn't cover pre-existing conditions for at least 12 months. So there's some downfalls, but it might work for some people. And because it's entirely optional, it's just nice to know it's there. And as members, we can go to their conference. It just happened at the beginning of the month, so maybe for next year we could try to get some funds and send some students just to network and have a good time, see what other graduate student groups do. They do a newsletter. If you go to the website, they pretty much list all their benefits. So they do a grad student appreciation week sometime in April. I think that would be fun to celebrate ourselves, in some way, find something fun to do with that. So that's set. We're square on that. Stuff is stocking. We have a drop-off schedule here, and it's also on the OrgSync site. I think I also put it on our website. It's linked there. So I think we'll have to advertise that. But basically what we're doing as a community service is just collecting small items for these stockings for the Salvation Army. And we have a schedule. I think a few people on the exec board are noted when they are actually going to be on campus, when people can come by and drop them
Can I
off.
make one correction?
What?
They canceled my Tuesday night class.
Okay, let's not worry about it. And if someone has a question, they can put it in my mailbox because that's on the schedule as well. So
Okay.
not a big deal. I wouldn't worry too much about it.
I think the professor wants to go out of town.
Right, there are plenty of other times when people can drop
Yes.
it off. So we can just make a note somewhere on OrgSync. I'll note that, Chris.
Professor canceled class.
Oh, well, that's sometimes a nice thing.
Oh, it is. I'm the baker for the extended
Right.
family.
So it's basically just small items, like dollar store items is fine. Those things are fine. And Kelly will probably bring them to Salvation Army, or I will. It's an easy way to give back to the community. We also have our end of semester social set for Sunday, December 9th. And that was based on the doodle poll. That was the date that worked the best for everybody. And unfortunately, some people can't come at that time, but we had to go with what worked for the majority. So 5 to 8, Mermaid Winery. Kelly already made the reservation. We do have some funds. You and I will have to talk, and we're hoping to buy some appetizers so that
Sure.
people can come and just pick, or if they want to order wine or a meal, they can do that on their own. But we would like to have some things for everybody. So that's open to everybody, all the grad students across campus. So spread the word, and we'll definitely be advertising that more heavily.
That's soon too.
Yeah, that is soon. It's hard to believe it's less than a month away.
Isn't it amazing?
We also are thinking about doing this Christmas tree lighting event. It's there's the flyer right there if anyone wants to grab it. But one of the fraternities on campus does a Christmas tree lighting on campus at Bowling Square. And they're looking for student organizations to lead activities for the kids that come, like crafts or games, things like that. So we were looking to gauge interest in that. I know I can do it. I know Kelly, the
I
secretary,
have
can do
a
it.
great game.
Okay.
It's a Redskin game.
Okay.
But I'm not sure I can be there, but I can give you the game.
Okay.
It's a bucket, like from Lowe's with the Redskins on it.
Right.
And then I've got a cardinal
Mm-hmm.
and an eagle and a cowboy and a giant player. They're Beanie Babies.
Okay.
And the goal, it's like cornhole, but the goal is to throw it in and capture the Redskins capturing the conference.
Very cool.
So if you want to borrow it,
Do you think it's kid friendly, kid appropriate?
sure. I mean, you're throwing things in a bucket.
Okay.
Beanie
All right.
Babies in a bucket. It's designed
Okay.
so that even over exuberant tailgaters can't get in trouble with it.
Okay. Maybe a game would be better than a craft. That way we're not spending any money.
Well, and I will, if you want me to, we'll talk about it later, but if you want me to pull crab shells and enough for the kids,
That's
after we
okay.
participate, that would be such an easy craft, and it would
It
be so
would.
cool.
I mean, if you can get to it, that's fine, but I think we can have that as a
Next
backup.
summer.
Yeah, we can work on the, we can get the game, and I'm sure I have a few things around the house that I could bring as well. So I know at least 2 people can go. What do you think, Dan? Is that something that
I don't
interests
know
you,
yet.
or?
I
I know it's hard to look ahead.
it can be. I'm very interested in the social.
Good.
It's 2 days in a row with the project due for who's its
Right.
class, yeah.
Right.
I mean, I definitely have a bias on these things just because it's harder for me on weekends to get over here to
Right.
do stuff,
Me too.
sort
Right.
of thing. I live in Newport News,
Right.
so I usually have to be kind of picky about
Right.
when it is that I come over in that sort
Okay.
of way. But I mean, I think in general, yes, it is interesting. Just,
Okay.
personally, it's
Right.
tougher for me in that way.
Right. Cool. All right. Well, I think we can probably recruit some people, so we can
And
sign up
my
and move
game
forward.
can come.
To me, it's easy, and I live a few miles away. So even if I'm the only person that shows, it's nice to just get our face out there.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think absolutely, and it's easy to do. So in January, we're doing a Q&A panel for undergraduates who are interested in grad school, just kind of giving them a heads up of what grad school is about. So
Awesome.
how it would look is we'd have a handful of graduate students sharing their experiences. This I am blah blah blah, and this is my program, and these are some steps I took to get here, and so forth. How do you pay for your education, and so forth. And then open it up to the undergrads who have questions, specific questions. We're not doing things like reviewing their application essays or looking over their applications to grad school, just kind of giving them a sense of what it's all about. And it's from 12:30 to 2 on a Tuesday. I think it's at one of the first weeks we are back.
It is the
It
first
is
week.
first week.
Yeah, and that's their activity hour, so we should, get a decent turnout as long as we get the word out there. So at this point, we need folks to commit to that. I know Chris, our PR chair, has already said he will be there.
I'm planning to be, I don't know when I'm teaching,
Right, okay, so maybe not sign up until the last minute.
but I've
when
got
you know.
Matt signed up.
Okay, so Matt is
His last name escapes me.
is he a counseling student?
He's a counseling student, he's mid-40s.
He wears bow ties, right?
Oh,
That's
no,
David.
that's David.
That's David.
You're thinking of Reverend.
Oh, okay.
Reverend,
Yeah, Rev. Yeah.
Reverend Matt.
Okay, Matt, okay.
He's a really articulate, you know him.
Yeah, he's my friend. Yeah.
Isn't he a good choice?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I really want to see, some older students there as well. Like, I'm a very traditional grad student, whereas
Well, I would
someone
love
like
to
him-
come because
Right.
I get to an older demographic. If
Okay.
I'm not teaching, then, which Barb, whatever she tells me now, she's gonna change it anyway. but-
Right. Yeah, don't worry about it.
If you want me to do it, I can help out. If you
Yeah.
want me to speak to the young demographics as a 25-year-old.
That'd
Young
be great.
male demographics, yes.
Okay.
All right, Dan is signed up.
Yeah.
I was thinking that I can maybe host it in some way, like get it set up, but I can
Yeah.
be on the panel if need be. So we really need guys. So I'm so glad you're signing up because I feel like we have a lot of females
Do
active.
you have a location for this? Oh, I'm
Yes.
sorry. It's web. I apologize.
Yeah.
It's right here.
You
actually.
and Matt
Yeah,
would be, you and Matt would be
No
good
worries.
choices.
Yep.
Yep. Happily.
Thank you, Dan. I appreciate that. And we'll definitely, keep people posted and have a final list. So I think we do need to get a handful of people. I do want to see more diversity across colleges as well. So we have Chris will be representing arts and letters. We're education. I feel like we're very well represented in GSO, our college. I'm sure Jana would be willing to represent sciences or know someone who will, and we can dig around and ask some engineering students, health sciences, and so forth, who might be interested in doing it as well. So I think, I can reach out to people. So we will keep working on that and start advertising it so that way when students come back, they know what's happening. And that'll be just in time before they actually apply to grad school, in most cases, I think. So Raising Cane's fundraiser, this is an easy one. We get 15% of their sales if we go there between 4 and 8 on November 29th. So if you're on campus and you have some friends with you, if you want to pop in and say, I'm here from GSO, they'll give us some money. Easy way.
I won't. be here, but all we need is someone to tell everybody going in to say they're
Right.
from GSO.
Right. I will go, and even though I don't eat chicken. Um,
Vegetarian?
yeah,
Gotcha.
I eat french fries though, so I'll be okay. So this I submitted to Access TV, so it'll get, people to see it in the web center, and also remind our members, hey, if you're around, just pop in, and, even if you're just buying a soda, it's something. It's
What
easy
is, I
money.
apologize, what's Raising Cane?
Raising Cane's, it's it's in the University Village,
Okay.
and it's just a restaurant with like fried chicken and
Okay.
French
gotcha.
fries, yeah.
I'm just saying, when I advertise this to the people in my organization,
Yeah.
to be able to explain, hey, if you go, just say that you're representing GSO.
Yeah. All you do is mention us when you order, and that's all there is.
Yeah.
And we have plenty of flyers if you want to grab them for your group.
Yeah, of course.
I'd appreciate it. That'd be great. So that's that. So we also have a T-shirt design contest that Chris spearheaded going on, and
We have not gotten any submissions.
no submissions yet. I think this is a tough time of year because people are busy, and also
Well, that's why I put the deadline after Thanksgiving.
right.
So I wouldn't expect to see anything until some point next week, but
Probably.
the report is no submissions yet.
No submissions yet. Okay. I know one person who is working on some things. That person could end up being the winner by default, but
That's fine.
whatever. I mean,
That's fine. It's like if
fine.
you don't vote, you don't get a say.
Right. Absolutely. So to kind of, in case we do get multiple submissions, we want to have an objective way of evaluating them. So this is just a draft of a rubric, and keep in mind, I have never made a rubric for anything related to art. All my rubrics thus far have been something related to little people.
Well, in fact, the rubric for art seems funny in and of itself.
Yeah. So if it's really bad,
Okay, well, they can, instead of the logo, the instructions say they can just say graduate student organization.
okay.
As well
So
as the logo, or GSO name.
GSO logo or name. So that'll be a revision, and
Yeah.
that'll be across categories.
That would just be, yeah.
Okay. Although our logo is really cool, Brandon did a nice job making that last year.
I know. I'm not arguing that it's a cool logo, Danielle.
No, I know. I just wanted to
just
give
wanted
Brandon credit.
It's a wonderful logo.
Great. So if you want to just take a minute and read it over and let me know what we can change, then we can have like an official version. And we also did email an art history professor to kind of get some students involved. It'll probably be undergrads who do it, but it's open to everyone.
This works, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, you just have to make the change because that's what the directions
Right.
say.
Is there any other things you want to add, or?
I mean, I'm sure this will work well, particularly if we don't have a
Well,
lot of people.
creativity.
actually
Yeah.
looking at it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
creativity includes humor.
Right.
I'm hoping for a little humor.
Right, right. And in some of the creativity aspects, I'm thinking if someone just pops a graduation hat on there, that's not very creative. So that's kind of what I was getting at when
Mhm.
I was saying evidence of creativity. So I want to see something cool and
It's
impressive.
like you could have something, like
Right.
somebody about being in the hood.
Oh yeah, it is kind of funny. I just got that. I'm a little slow on the uptake.
We want to be in the, GSO, we want to be in the hood.
Right. A different kind of hood. So we can say that's unanimous among the three of us who have that. So that's that. SGA. So Janet's been talking to them about points and standards, and they actually tasked her with kind of creating a document that would apply to graduate student organizations, because as it stands now, points and standards is very a lot of it's kind of, we feel like it's more geared towards undergraduates. You're required to do things like participate in Main Street, which is that organization fair, to get money. I'm sure you're familiar being part of an organization.
That was fun, sort of.
I mean, it was a beautiful day, but it doesn't really help us recruit people and spread our message about what we're doing on campus. So we're just looking to change it so that instead of going to things on campus, maybe, a certain percentage of members go to a conference in that academic year. Things like that would really promote ourselves professionally.
And it's mutually beneficial in that way.
Right, absolutely. So we're getting, the ODU name out on a national level. So I also met with Miriam, who is SGA president, student body president, And
She president?
she is president this year, yeah.
Okay, gotcha,
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, she's super nice. And she was saying